Sushruta for NEET is now available on the Google Play Store. Try it out for free.
So we are looking at this population interaction. I have been telling in a morning class with regard to these different types of interaction. I hope you remember interaction is mainly of intraspecific, interspecific, and extraspecific. We are now discussing here interspecific interaction between different populations. I have mentioned sometimes the two of the organisms live together, species A and species B. They live together, that means they are in symbiotic association relation where both are benefited. What we call this interaction? This interaction is called mutualism. Both the populations are benefited. We have seen here plus plus. This type of relationship is called mutualism. Can you give me an example for mutualism? Nadira? Vismita?
Yes, sir.
Example. Where both the populations are benefited, both the species are benefited. Sarvasri, Jayasri, anyone? Give me an example where two species live together and both of these two species are benefited by this type of living together. Hello? Juki,
Yes, sir.
give me example. Aisha, Blessy, Kanisa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give me example.
Sir, honeybee and flower, sir.
Honeybee and a flower. Okay, that's one example. You have very classical example for mutualism. You are right, Blessy. Janani,
Sir, algae and fungi.
who is this?
Janani.
Very good, Janani. What you call that association?
Symbiotic.
What is which algae and fungi living together? It is called
Lichen.
lichen. Who pronounced that lichen? It is wrong pronunciation. It is a lichen. Lichens are the best examples for mutualistic relationship. You know, one is the fungal member and is algal member. Both are benefited. You have mutualism of two types. What is mutualism? Mutualism is an association where both the populations are benefited. Both the species are benefited. In this mutualism, you have two types. One is obligatory mutualism. Obligatory. Obligatory mutualism is the one which is a must for their survival. They must lead mutualistic life. Otherwise, they are going to die. It is obligation on their part. Another mutualism is called facultative mutualism. Facultative. If they want, they live in association with each other. If they don't want, they live separately. Facultative is optional. It is optional. Obligatory is compulsory. They have no other go-to. They have no other go. They must lead. Facultative is optional. Optional in a sense, if they want to lead mutualistic life, they lead. Otherwise, they can live independently also. This facultative mutualism or optional mutualism is also called proto-cooperation. 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 It is also called proto-cooperation. Lichen is the best example for obligatory mutualism. Lichen. And you have what is called association between sea anemone and hermit crab. These two animals live together sometimes, and it is facultative. They need not live together for their survival. Even if they live separately, they can lead the life. But they make it a point to live together. So these animals are the best examples for facultative mutualism. Lichen is the best example for obligatory mutualism. Right? Okay? Come on. Charan.
Yes, sir.
Come on, tell me. What are the two types of mutualism? Chinmayi, Harshvardhan, Sarvottam, Siddesh, Vishwas, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Charan, Chinmayi,
Yes, sir.
Harshvardhan,
Yes, sir.
Siddesh,
Yes, sir.
Sarvottam, Sarvottam, are you hearing me? Vishwas,
Yes, sir.
are you hearing me? Why don't you give the answer? Shall I call your principal? Shall I call your principal? Shall I call?
No, sir.
Then you are not answering at all my question. How many of you know the answer? Please raise the hand. Tanusri?
Yes, sir.
I said there are two types of mutualism. What are they?
Obligatory and facultative.
Which is the example for obligatory? Jayasri?
Lichen, sir.
Which is the example for facultative? Savitri? Savitri?
Proto corporation.
Proto corporation is another name for
Sea animal.
example. Vishwita?
Sir, sea anemone and hermit crabs.
Listen to me now. Charan, Chinmayi,
Yes, sir.
Harshavardhan, Siddesh, Sarvottam,
Yes, sir.
Vishwas. What we are doing? What we are doing? If now you do like this, it is of no use. Are you hearing me, Sarvottam?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing? Why you don't take the points?
Just we came from college, sir.
Pardon?
Just we came for college, sir.
Yeah. After you enter, then only I have just told about this. It is not that I have covered this before you entered. I feel
We
very
were coming,
bad.
sir.
Only after you entered, I told about this point. Let us do one thing. After the class of today, at 8:30, we are going to have Zoom meeting to you. I shall request the principal also to be there. Okay? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Please log into this. There will be doubt clarification class. You have already sent the link for that. During doubt clarification class, you please log in. I would like to talk with you boys and with the principal. Let us see what is happening. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming back now, I have mentioned about this. Mutualism, two types, obligatory and facultative. Best example for obligatory is like in this association, the fungi and algal member must live together. If you separate them, they are going to die. Facultative mutualism, which is otherwise called optional mutualism, is also called proto-cooperation. Here, if they want, they live together. If they don't want, they separate. Right? So, next one is competition. In the competition, generally, both of these get harmed. No doubt, ultimately one may win the competition, but before winning, it also has to suffer. Predation, prey and predator. When a tiger eats a deer, tiger gets benefit, and deer loses its life. Parasitism, parasite gets benefited, and host is going to suffer. Commensalism, one I will tell you about it. What is commensalism? In commensalism, hello, who is this? In commensalism, I shall give an example. It will become very clear to you. One is getting benefited, another one is neither benefited nor harmed. It is neutral. And in commensalism, one is harmed and nothing happens to the another. Just like commensalism, nothing happens to the other. One is harmed. Another is not at all neither benefited nor harmed. No, with this is very important table, very important table. You will be asked to just write a table showing different types of population interaction. We shall study now. Charan Chinmayi, I am going to ask the question again and again to you. Please, I will show you that you are only who is not listening the lecture. I will show you all others are listening the lecture, including your classmates. Only you boys, you don't listen. You don't make it a point to note down. I will show you this and I will call the principal and I will tell that you are not showing interest in the classroom. This is example. What is this? You have one hermit crab here. Can you see this hermit crab? This is a crab. And this is what you have seen. Right? This hermit crab belongs to the genus Eupagerus and sea anemone belongs to the genus Adamsia. It was asked in the previous exam. Eupagerus, Eupagurus. Eupagerus is an example for hermit crab, a crab. The hermit crab, and this is what the sea anemone. Shall we see how they come together? What makes them to come together? And this is an example for mutualism, where both the populations are benefited. But living together is not a must for their survival. They need not always live together. Even if hermit crab thinks about living on its own, sea anemone wishes to live on its own, they can. They live. They are going to survive. But they make it a point to remain together. I have collected these specimens in the ocean, in the sea, when I went for a biological tour. No, let me tell you how they come together. At the beginning, a hermit crab, this is the hermit crab. This hermit crab goes in search of an empty gastropod shell. It goes in search of an empty gastropod shell. What is this empty gastropod shell? The empty gastropod shell is nothing but what you have? Conch. What you call shanka. It goes in search of an empty shanka, which you use to blow during puja time, or which you use to put sacred water during puja time. It goes in search of an empty gastropod shell. After that, this hermit crab, its shell is empty. Already the animal which was living inside, it is already abandoned this shell. It is not at all making use of that. Many times, once these mollusks die, the body undergoes decaying and the empty shell will remain like that. This hermit crab goes inside and sits whether it fits properly. Is it a loose fit or tight fit? It selects a shell which is fitting it properly, perfectly. it sits inside, and now after it, what it does? It brings on the back, it has the empty gettable shell. Half of this body is inside the shell, another half outer, other side, one side appendages. They are free. With these, only one side appendages, it crawls, it moves. As a result of this, one side appendages are already used. Another side appendages are always inside the shell. You can see the one which is always used always grow better. It will be always going better. It will be stronger than the other side, which is not used. It will be comparatively weaker. This becomes stronger. So in this it is moving. Now what does? After moving to a place where it finds a sufficiently very good food, it comes out of this shell and it goes in search of a sea anemone. It takes the sea anemone is a sedentary animal. You know, you have if at all you hear about the sea anemone will be found attached to the rock surface with the tentacles there. It is a member of Coelenterata. This it goes in search of a sea anemone and it takes this sea anemone, removes the sea anemone from the bottom and it brings this sea anemone and it deposits on the back of the shell. It puts it on the back of the shell. Sea anemone is placed on the back of this empty gastropod shell. So after that, it will be remaining here. See, this is the shell, empty gastropod shell. See, empty gastropod shell. I hope you are seeing. Are you seeing?
Yes, sir.
Are you
Yes, sir.
seeing? Empty gastropod shell and sea anemone is placed above that. Need not one. See, two. Sometimes more than that. So it places that. And now it comes out. It places it like that. This hermit crab comes out, goes in search of a food. Whenever enemy comes to attack, it's a predator. When hermit crabs predator come to catch it, immediately this hermit crab comes back, enters this shell where it was living. After entering the shell, it shakes the shell. It shakes the shell. When it shakes the shell, all the tentacles of sea anemone comes out. All the tentacles of the sea anemone comes out. And these tentacles, they have what is called? What is in the tentacles of the sea anemone? What peculiar structures are there in the sea anemone? Can anyone tell me? There are some structures called meant for offense and defense. What are they?
Nidoblast.
Who said it?
Kenisa.
Kenisa, star of the day. So, these nidoblasts, because of the fear of the nidoblasts, it's a predator will not come there. And this crab, he said, are you coming to eat me? Come on, you bloody, come on. The predator can't do anything. It will keep away. Now, who got benefit out of this? Out of this association, who got benefited?
Both.
How both? How both?
Hermit crab.
Huh? Hermit crab got benefited. Now, who said both? Who said both are benefited?
Jayashree.
Jayashree, how that you say both are benefited? It is true. But how did you say that both are benefited? Now, this sea anemone, being sessile or sedentary, always it is otherwise. Otherwise, sea anemone is always bound to remain in one particular place. attached to the rock, and it has to remain here, and it is at the mercy of these waves. At the mercy of the waves, whatever the water wave brings the food, it has to eat it, open the mouth, let the water in, and when the water goes out, whatever tiny particles are there, the sea animal has to eat and be happy. Now it is not like that. For the sea animal, this hermit crab takes the sea animal from place to place, from one place to another new place, from that place, one more new place. Now the sea anemone is coming across with different types of food. It is not the same idli, dosa, uppitu, rice, bhat, palav. No, it is gobi manchuri, pani puri, pizza, burger, so many different types of food. So, Sienman will be very happy. Ah, very nice food. Hermit Crab also will be happy because it gets protection. So, both are benefited. Living together like this is not a must. If they want, they can live independently also. Understood? Clear? Followed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Prithviraj?
Yes, sir.
Rakesh?
Yes, sir.
Lohit? Namrata?
Yes, sir.
Jyoti?
Yes, sir.
Aisha?
Yes, sir.
Blessy?
Yes, sir.
Kanisa?
Yes, sir.
Janani?
Yes, sir.
Rafa?
Yes, sir.
Navya?
Yes, sir.
Tanusri? Jayasri?
Yes, sir.
Savitri?
Yes, sir.
Kavita? Kavita?
Yes, sir.
Charan?
Yes, sir.
Chinmayi? Chinmayi?
Yes, sir.
Siddesh? Sarvottam?
Sir.
Ashok?
Yes, sir.
Harshvardhan? Vishwas?
Yes, sir.
Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Now let us
Yes, sir.
see.
Yes,
Let
sir.
us see another one. Can you see this fish? This fish is called sucker fish. Echinus. In this fish, can you see this? Can you see this? This is nothing but sucker. This is a sucker. In this sucker fish, you have to take down. I'll be asking questions later. What is its scientific name? Echinus. Echeneis. In this echinus or sucker fish, the dorsal fin is modified as a sucker. Dorsal fin is modified as a sucker. And this sucker, it enables this fish to attach to the body of any other larger animal that comes nearby it. You know, Kalisa, this is the most laziest fish after you. It is the most laziest fish after you people. It always waits for someone to give lift. It doesn't want to walk. It doesn't want to swim. It coolly waits whether some other big fishes come, whether any other big animals come, aquatic animal come. Whenever it comes, coolly it attaches to the body surface. How? Like this. Can you see here? Can you see? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
This is a whale. Whale. To the body of whale, you can see how many fishes have attached. Just they have attached by that. What is this? Aisha, what is this?
Sucker.
What is it? Modified?
Dorsal fin.
Modified.
Dorsal fin.
Not only to the whale. Can you see? What is this animal? What is this animal? What is this animal? Shark. It attaches to the body of the shark also. And it also attaches to the body of? What is this?
Tortoise. Tortoise.
Turtle. So, by attaching to the body of the turtle, it gets what? Free ride. Who is benefited? Who is benefited by this?
Suckerfish.
Suckerfish.
Whether there is any benefit to shark, whale,
No, sir.
turtle. Now you may ask one question to me, Diti. You may ask, sir, is it thought that this fish has to bear that much of weight? Am I right? Namrata? Diti? Am I right? Is it
Yes.
thought that this shark or this whale has to bear this much of weight? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Navya.
Yes, sir.
Navya. Have you ever felt the weight of headlights on your head?
No, sir.
You have headlights?
No, sir.
Can you say?
Yes, sir.
Don't sit near her.
I am not sitting, sir. Janani is sitting.
Janani, be careful. She is telling that she never feels the weight of headlights. Navya,
Sir, it's because I don't have it.
Navya, let us
Yes,
think
sir.
that you don't have. Suppose one has headlights. Whether any that girl feels the weight of headlights?
No, sir.
No. In that same way, the weight of these fishes, these mammals, itself is in tons. When ton weight having body in that, even all little bit of a gram weighing animal goes and sits there, they will not make it a point at all. Have you ever many times, Kanisa, Aisha, Blessy, many times you may be wearing the same jacket because it is cold. You may be wearing some jacket from the home to the college. Even though there is a small ant on that, do you feel the weight of that? Do you feel the weight of that?
No, sir.
No. Like that, these animals, they never feel the weight of that. On the other hand, this suckerfish, echines, what it does, it waits for some animal to come, coolly it attaches and sees the moment it comes across with the food, with the area, with the rich food, it can smell. Yeah, very rich food is there, it detaches, coolly detaches, starts feeding here and there. Again, the moment it gets exhausted, the moment it feels that, oh, it is same food, I should go somewhere, it attaches and gets free ride. This is what type of association? What is it called? What is this called? Commensalism. One is benefited, another one is not affected. Understood? Understood, Ismita? Is it clear, Nadira? Kavita?
Yes, sir.
Let us say another one. What is this? You have a bird here, crocodile bird, clover bird. What it is doing? Can you see this bird? Are you seeing this bird? Are you seeing this
Yes,
bird?
sir.
This
Yes,
bird?
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And this bird is sitting in the mouth of crocodile. What it is doing? What it is doing? Crocodile, crocodiles, very now and then, they come out of water on the bank of the river. They just come out and keep the mouth open, waiting for this bird to come. Straight away, this plover bird enters the mouth, sits there on the jaw, starts picking up all these whatever the leeches and other worms are there at the side and eats on them. Now, crocodile becomes free of these. Crocodile becomes free of these worms, free of these leeches like that, and bird gets food. Bird gets food, crocodile becomes free of these parasites. What type of association it is?
Mutual.
Mutualism. Is it obligatory or facultative?
Facultative.
Facultative. Rafa,
Yes, sir.
you may ask me a question. Is it not that, sir, the crocodile is going to shut the mouth when the bird is there inside?
Yes,
Don't
sir.
you?
What if it eats?
Huh?
What if it eats the bird?
You got it out?
Yes, sir.
Rafa,
Yes, sir.
it is not such an ungrateful, cruel animal like a human being. We do like that. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? We do like that. We humans, we do like that. But this crocodile is not such an ungrateful animal. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood? It is not that much cruel. It is very, very friendly. It knows that the bird has helped it. Okay? Now coming back, both the species benefit in mutualism and both lose in competition in their interaction with each other. Now you may ask the question, sir, how that in competition both lose? Let us think. There is a dog. There are two dogs fighting with each other for a piece of bread. Ultimately, one dog may get the food. Is it not that even the winner gets bites by the loser? Is it not? Whenever they fight, they bite each other, they harm each other. So in the competition, even though ultimately one is going to get benefit, generally it is said that both of these are the loser. In both the parasitism and predation, only one species benefits, that is a parasite, and the predator respectively, and the interaction is detrimental to the other species. Detrimental means harmful to the other species, that is the host and the prey respectively. Whenever some parasite lives inside body of the host, the parasite damages to the body of the host. The roundworm you have in your body, whatever you eat, it will be using that. So we think that we are eating for our own purpose, for our own growth, but without our knowledge, the parasite makes use of that. If the parasite increases in number, it is possible that it may bring about the death of the human being, including the roundworm. If at all you go to anatomy block of KMC, in that museum, you will see a small piece of intestine, human intestine, with full of roundworms. That particular person died because of this stomach ache and because of the attack by the roundworm. So in this way, in the predation, tiger eating the rabbit, rabbit eating the deer, deer is the prey, and tiger is the predator. Predator is benefited and prey loses. Host is losing, parasite is the benefiting. The interaction where one species benefited. Hello, who is this? I'm getting disturbed. Hello, hello. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay. So, the interaction where one species is benefited and the other is neither benefited nor harmed is called commensalism. There is, I hope you understood, commensalism. In commensalism, like some fungi, one species is harmed whereas the other is unaffected. There are some fungi which go on producing one or the other chemical, antibiotics like that. And these antibiotics, they are not going to harm that fungi, but whomever it comes in contact with the antibiotics, they are harmed. In commensalism, on the other hand, one species is harmed, whereas the other is unaffected. Predation, parasitism, and commensalism share a common characteristic that the interacting species must live close together. They must remain together. You can't expect predator to be at Udupi and prey to be at Mangalore. If at all the predator and the prey should interact, predator should be at Kalsanka and prey should be at Vidyodaya, nearby. So they should always live together. Right? Understood? Is it clear? Now let us look into this association in detail one by one. Hello? Any
sir.
doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Come on. Lohit, have you come?
No, sir.
Lohit? No. Okay. Is it clear? Vidyodaya?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anantyata girls?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall I go ahead? Duti?
Yes, sir.
Namrata?
Yes, sir.
So, now we are looking into all these in detail. We shall start from prediction. What would happen to all the energy fixed by autotrophs, autotrophic organisms, if the community has no animals to eat the plants? You tell me. There are no animals at all. Only plants. Do you think that it is a good development? There are no deers, there are no elephants, there are no buffaloes, no any herbivore. What will happen to the autotrophs? What will happen to the energy fixed by the autotrophs? You can think of predation as nature's way of transferring to higher trophic levels the energy fixed by plants. You know, you are going to study that also. It is the plants, they fix the energy. It is the plants, they trap solar energy and transform it into chemical energy or food energy. From the plants, this food energy passes to the herbivores, from the herbivores to the carnivores of different degree. It is nature's way. Therefore, there should be a predator. Whenever you see a tiger eating a deer, you feel very bad. Am I right, Rafa? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Navya? Am I right? Charan? Yes. Whenever we see tiger eating a deer, we have always a sympathy for deer. Is it not that the tiger has the right to eat a deer? Let me just tell you. One day, look here, listen to me. I was just moving at my apartment. I was just moving in a walking track in a morning hours. While moving, I could see the cat to which we used to always put milk. Yeah, I could see the cat. Okay, this cat is just looking at a baby squirrel. It wants to chase the baby squirrel, it wants to eat the baby squirrel. But baby squirrel went here, inside. Okay. And this cat was just waiting outside. And I was coming here, walking. The squirrel came here this way. And my cat wanted to catch it. I just chased it. I did not tell the cat to catch it. And this squirrel escaped. Do you know what this cat might have done? The cat to whom I used to provide milk every day, it stared at me. It stared at me. I think it might have told, bloody fellow, you came in my way. What I did was correct or wrong? What I did was correct or wrong? Duty?
Sir, wrong.
Wrong. Yes, I should not have done it. I felt bad. Because today I might have succeeded in giving protection to this squirrel. Tomorrow, the squirrel might get caught by another cat there. So, whenever we see that a tiger eating the deer or a tiger eating or any other carnivore wolf eating this rabbit, we feel bad. But it is nature's way. When we think of a predator and prey, more probably it is a tiger and a deer that readily come to our mind. Please remember, a sparrow eating any seed is also a predator. A sparrow eating any seed is also a predator. Namrata eating a mango is also a predator. No, need not be mango. Okay. Or who is that? Yeah. Rafa eating a chicken is also a predator. Am I right? Me eating rice is also a predator. Understood? Understood? Although animals eating plants are categorized separately as herbivore, they are in a broad ecological context not very different from predator. Even all you eat spinach, even all you eat basale, even all you eat harive, even all you eat lady's finger. Prithviraj, what is lady's finger? What is lady's finger? Rakesh, what is lady's finger? Sarottam,
Bendekai, sir.
Bendekai, not that the lady's finger, something else. So we are all predator. Besides acting as conduit way for energy transfer across the tropic level, predators play other important role. What are the important roles played by predator? What is the important role played by the predator? You know, predator is animal which catches and eats the prey. Tiger is a predator. All herbivorous animals are prey. They keep predator play very important role. What is one important role? They keep prey population under control. Prey population under control. Even though there are no tiger in the forest, what will happen? In that forest, you will come across lot of these herbivores, and these herbivores one day they feel it very difficult to get sufficient food to eat, and again they fight with each other, they die. But for predator, prey species could achieve very high population densities and cause ecosystem instability. If the deer population is not there, the plant population will grow high. Again, it is not good. If tiger population is not there, deer like animals population will go. That's also not good. So always there should be a predator. Predator always keeps the prey population under control, and it's very much required to maintain ecosystem balance. When a certain exotic species, what do you mean by exotic species? When a certain exotic species were introduced into a geographical area, exotic species means foreign species. Foreign species from outside the natural habitat. When certain exotic species, all you have studied exotic species of this cow, exotic species of this chicken, all you have heard about them. When certain exotic species brought from outside India, when certain exotic species are introduced into a geographical area, they become invasive. Means they spread very quickly. They become invasive. They grow very fast and start spreading fast because the invaded land does not have its natural predator. There should be a natural predator. You know, now in India, there are 4 important exotic species. They are creating havoc. They are creating all type of a problem in our wildlife, in our nature. And one of that, I shall tell you some of this later, and we shall see one of the examples for how that exotic species has brought some problem to the native one. Whenever exotic species are introduced into a geographical area, they become invasive. Invasive means they start growing, spreading so quickly and start spreading fast because the invaded land does not have its natural predator. Now let us see this. Do you have any doubt? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is what you have a cactus. This cactus, what you come across here, this cactus, what you see here, this cactus is called prickly pear cactus. Prickly pear cactus. And this cactus got introduced into Australia in early 1920s. What happened? When it got introduced, there was no competitor for it. Ample space was available. Entire Australian continent within no time, it got filled with this pear cactus. This pear cactus caused havoc by spreading rapidly into millions of hectares of Australia. Millions of hectares for rangeland. What do you mean by rangeland? Rangeland is the land which used to provide food for domestic or grazing animals like buffalo, cow, goat, sheep, etc. So in such a rangeland, millions of rangeland, you could see only these prickly pear cactus. Pear cactus. Everywhere, wherever you see, you come across this cactus because there was no natural predator to control them. Finally, the invasive cactus, invasive means wide spreading cactus. Finally, the invasive cactus was brought under control only after cactus feeding predator, a moth, this moth, got introduced there from its natural habitat. From wherever it was brought in that natural habitat, this cactus population was under control because of this moth, natural moth. So when this moth was brought and left there in Australia, this cactus population could be controlled. Understood? So that what is the lesson? There should be always a predator to control prey. Biological control methods. adopted in agricultural pest control, biological control, that means using one organism to control another organism. Biological control methods adopted in agriculture pest control are based on the ability of the predator to regulate prey population. This is what we are using biological control method, where one animal is used to control the another one. Predators also help in maintaining species and diversity in a community by reducing the intensity of competition among competing prey species. Predator also maintains species diversity in a community. Let us see how. By reducing intensity of competition. So it permits a certain level of competition, but reducing the intensity of competition among competing prey species. Now let us see an example for this. Okay. You know, in the rocky intertidal community, what is this intertide? What is intertide? Anyone? What is intertide? I hope for many of you, Navya,
Yes, sir.
for you, this chapter is already complete. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Then why that you people are not giving answer to my questions? Hello? What makes Navya to shut her mouth and keep quiet and smile within the lips? Aisha? Aisha?
Yes, sir.
What is intertide? Kanisa? Blessy?
Yes, sir.
What is intertide? What your teacher taught? Intertide? Hello? Kavita? Visvita? Nadira? What is intertide? Harshavardhan? Sarvottam? Anyone? Prathiraj? Rakesh? Jyoti? Namrata? What is intertide? Okay. I hope you have gone to beach. You have moved in beach. Kanisa?
Yes, sir.
Have you moved in a Kalyanpura beach?
No, sir.
You are near to Kalyanpura, am I right?
No, sir.
Santekatte?
No, sir.
Then
Mudarangadi.
Mudarangadi. Oh, there you will not get beach. You will get forest. Who is coming from Santekatte area? Aisha Blessy? Now, if at all, I hope, whatever it may be, I have not gone to any Malpe beach. Kanisa?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, any beach. Have you seen in that beach, wherever you walk, do you get to know that at some other time of the day or night, water might have come to some other level and now it is not in that level? Have you seen that to two markings? Sometimes the water comes to only one level, sometimes water comes to a little bit higher level. Any one of you have made it? Any one of you have
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is this? And whenever you move in the ocean, now let us see that. Here is the waves. Here is the waves coming. Okay. You are moving here. Okay. You are moving here. Right? Okay. Kanisa. Right? You are moving here. Okay. A little bit like this. You are moving here. Okay. Is it not that sometimes you see that, of course, this the sand, and here you come across all this coconut tree like that. Don't you feel that sometimes water, there is an indication that water has come somewhere here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if at all this at present water is only up to here, this is low tide mark. Low tide mark. And this is high tide mark. High tide mark. You know, at the interval of 12 hours, at the interval of 12 hours, the tides change from low tide to high tide, from high tide to low tide. If at all you are moving comfortably here, today at say 4 o'clock, if at all you come tomorrow at about 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, you see that water is coming up to this level. Here all water is there because this is high tide mark. This gap between on this area between high tide and low tide, this is what is called intertidal mark. Intertide. Understood? Understood? Intertide. Actually, you walk in intertide, what you call beach. Sea beach. Understood? So, seashore. So, you come across here in the rocky intertidal community. What is that rocky? Intertide. You want to see intertide? You want to see intertide? Intertide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
You sent me out? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You sent me out?
No, sir.
Then what happened then?
Sir?
Can you see on screen?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I think I wasted my time. So, you are seeing here this intertide. In this intertide is of three types. One is that of sandy, another is rocky, one more is muddy. We have three types of intertidal. This is a rocky intertidal. There is a rock. In the rocky intertidal communities of the American Pacific coast, the starfish physeter is an important predator. You can see that these are all starfishes. And these starfishes belong to the genus Physeter. What happens is that once one experiment was conducted, this Physeter is a starfish is an important predator in the intertidal area, rocky intertidal area. It is an important predator. Now what happened? In this experiment, in the field experiment, when all the starfish were removed from an enclosed intertidal area, that means they have marked one particular area. From this intertidal area, they have removed all the starfishes. They have marked a part. They removed the starfishes. What happened, In a field experiment, when all the starfishes are removed from an enclosed intertidal area, more than 10 species of invertebrates became extinct. 10 species of invertebrates became extinct within a year because of the interspecific competition. How 10 species got removed from there? Because these 10 species were living successfully because A species was fed by species, B species was fed by C was fed by D was fed by E, like that. You do come across a lot of these. Different species. Ultimately, these species was eaten by that of the starfish. This starfish used to eat. Starfish used to eat these different species. So 10 species. When starfish physeter got removed, when physeter got removed, the other one survived. Physeter got removed, this survived. But all these different species started competing with each other and ultimately got removed and ultimately became extinct. This is what you come across in nature. Therefore, it is very important that there should be always a prey-predator relationship. Have you understood this? Or putting it in another way, let me tell you, there are in a forest, you would come across bee, you would come across, one minute, you would come across, hello, hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
you are seeing this? You are seeing this screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, in a forest, you have a tiger. Tiger is the last in the food chain. It is at the apex of the food chain. There will be deer, there will be monkeys, there will be bison, there will be elephant. So many different types of animals are there. When the tiger is removed, these all herbivores start eating at the plant material because there is no carnivore or predator. All these increase in number and start quarreling with each other, fighting with each other. Ultimately, their population gets affected. This is what is shown by this experiment. When the Physeter starfish was removed from a particular place, you do see more than 10 species of invertebrates becoming extinct. Understood? Clear? If a predator is too efficient and overexploits its prey, then the prey might become extinct, and following it, the predator also will become extinct. Now let us see that. Predator is too efficient. A tiger, too efficient, starts eating as much as his food, deer and other animals, bison and all. Bison, of course, a tiger can't attack bison. Bison is more powerful than tiger. So if it also eats, if overexploits its prey, then what happens? Then the prey might become extinct. All deer-like animals may become extinct. When they become extinct, one day tiger also becomes extinct. Have you understood this sentence? Have you understood this sentence? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the reason why predators in nature are very clever. Predators in nature are prudent. Active or showing a care and a thought for the future, through thought for the future. They are very careful. Predator never removes the prey completely. Prey species have evolved various defenses to lessen the impact of predation. Prey species have evolved various defenses to lessen the impact of predation. That means prey species also try to survive. Predator species also want to survive. Some species of insects and frogs are cryptically colored, camouflaged to avoid being detected easily by the predator. That is why prey species also evolve various defenses. Now let us see that. Look here. Can you see? What do you see here?
Yes, sir.
What do you see here? You require some time. Aisha, what do you see here? Blessing, what do you see here? Rafa, what do you see here? Janani, what do you see here? Navya, what do you
Frog.
see here?
Frog.
Is that a frog, sir?
It's a frog. It took this much of time to the most powerful animal on this earth. Do you see anything here?
Beetle, sir.
Some insect. So it camouflages. It will not enable the birds to recognize that much easily. This is camouflaging. The prey camouflages in the background so as to match the background and get protected. What is this? Dry leaf. Am I right, Diti? Am I right, Namrata?
Yes, sir.
There is an insect eating in this.
Huh? There is a chameleon. See here? Chameleon. Tail, body, head region, and it imitates the leaf. Again, the prey evolves its own method to just get protected from the predator. This is what chameleon. You know, have you seen chameleon? Live chameleon? Have you seen
Yes, sir.
chameleon? Chameleon is known to change the color. Change the color very often, very fast. Whatever background you keep, it starts matching with that background quickly. It matches background quickly. If you keep it in a green background, it resembles green. If you keep it in brown, it resembles brown. It becomes brown. In whatever background you keep, within no time it changes the color. No animal in the animal kingdom can compete with this animal in changing the color except one animal, except one species. That is our present day politicians. They only can change the color that much quickly, but no other animal in reality, they can change the color that much quickly. Chameleon is known for its color changing habit. Now we have, what do you see here?
Owl.
Owl, sir.
Owls.
See the background, it matches background. Okay. In the same way, if you see here, there are two butterflies. This butterfly is called Viceroy butterfly, and this butterfly is called monarch butterfly. In fact, monarch butterfly is distasteful but bird. Birds never catches them. The moment the bird catches and eats, the bird's throat develops some irritation. So birds never catch this monarch butterfly. This is known by Viscera butterfly. Viscera butterfly knows that birds will not touch monarch butterfly and monarch butterfly is safe and birds will not eat monarch butterfly. So what this Viscera butterfly does? Viscera butterfly mimics a monarch butterfly. This is not the original color of the Viscera butterfly. Original color of the Viscera butterfly is different. It starts mimicking monarch butterfly. It tries to look like monarch butterfly, so it is safe now because the bird is not coming to touch it. Some are poisonous and therefore avoided by predator. If the monarch butterfly is highly distasteful to its predator bird because of special chemical present in its body. Interestingly, the butterfly acquires this chemical during its caterpillar stage by feeding on a poisonous weed. So how this monarch butterfly becomes distasteful? Because when this monarch butterfly is in its larval condition, larval stage, larva feeds on some poisonous weed, caterpillar larva feeds on some poisonous weed and acquires that chemical, and this chemical will be there in the body of the adult. As such, bird cannot eat this adult. The moment it eats, some sort of irritation that takes place, occurs in that. So now Viscera butterfly, by mimicking monarch butterfly, it becomes very safe. Okay? So I shall stop it here and let me continue this part in my next class. Right?